'Twas the night before Gaia's Christmas. Two Gaian boys by the name of Ali and Yog had been out all night long, drinking with cheers and singing holiday songs. When from came behind the tapping of their shoulders, did Yogma spin around to hit the man with his liquor. Then Ali did turn to see what was the matter, only to find old Santa Claus knocked out like an old filthy beggar. "Great job!" exclaimed Ali, throwing his arms up to the sky. Yog did turn his head and began to cry, but not for the jolly man he knocked out, but for his liquor that was all spilled out. "Now we'll have to take over Christmas like those old and stupid holiday movie cliches." Yog turned around to correct his grammar. "I think the word's cliché and not cliches." Ali shook his head with a disdainful look. "Today's not our day. We're going to need help." Then the two looked at each other, smirking those smirks. They knew of two suckers, and off they went to look. Old Santa was left behind in a pool of liquor. But that's okay. Everyone will just think he's a drunken holiday beggar. Off they went until they came to a house, where they knocked on the door, waiting to be found. When the door opened, their scheme did commence. There sat Alana and Mari, playing Risk, the game of global domination. These two girls looked at each other, then at the two boys who reeked of liquor. They covered their noses and shook their heads. "You better be here for caroling." Ali and Yog shook with a no, they also now explaining their earlier fiasco. The two girls did laugh, knowing it couldn't be true, but the boys brought them back to where Santa laid, black and blue. They all stared down, unsure of what to do. Next thing was next, find the sleigh and deliver the presents too. When they found the sleigh, the reindeer were gone. Now they'd need more lackeys for the sleigh to lift off. Mari did jump, knowing just who. She ran off to find Sean, Matt, Zuki, and Sasuke too. They all came back to do what they had to do. Before gearing up, a driver had to be designated. They all voted Sean, and the rest dressed as reindeer. Once they were ready and all in their places, Sean began to cry and fell from where he was seated. They all groaned and looked to see what was the matter, when Mari just remembered, and Sean confessed, "I only know how to drive a stick." They all smacked their heads. This night couldn't get worse. When Ali suggested Yog should do it, he's the reason for this holiday massacre. Yog did deny, but the rest forced him to do it. "This night's your fault, and now we all have to fix it." He finally complied and dressed like Santa, before practicing his ho-ho-ho signature laughter. The rest listened with their mouths gaped open. He sounded like some psychotic holiday killer. Too late now. They lifted off. Oh sure, some kids might wet themselves, but that's not the worst. Some kids might get scarred for life as they circle the earth. By the time they got home, it was early morning, and all dispersed to their homes until Christmas morning. Earlier in the day, they all met up, discussing night's events over coffee and brunch. Alana went to open the window. The room became flooded from the other Gaian sorrows. All were confused except for two. Ali and Yog sat there grinning at them like fools. One yelled out, "What's going on?" Another followed. What went wrong? They all turned to them, now questioning them too. Ali shrugged, answering straightforward, "We gave them coal. You think we'd give them presents too?" Yog and Ali high-fived each other, having kept all the presents. The rest shook their heads in denial, until Mari and Alana said aloud, "We should have been smarter than to fall for this when they came to our doors, and we followed like idiots." Old Santa Claus was still nowhere to be found, left in the gutter by Ali and Yog. And that, my dear friend, is our story of Gaia's Christmas and the day after. Now, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. I just feel bad for all those kids who are scarred for life. The end.